Still in the United States, President Joe Biden has issued a sweeping executive order aimed at curbing record migrant arrivals at the U.S.-Mexico border. Under the order, which took effect last night, officials can now quickly remove migrants entering the U.S. illegally without processing their asylum requests. The United Nations, rival Republicans, and some of the President Biden's Democratic allies have expressed concern. But he said the action will help the U.S. gain control of its border. More than 6.4 million migrants have been stopped from crossing into the U.S. illegally during Joe Biden's administration. Now, for more on President Biden's order, international affairs analyst Boya Akinokun joins me now via Zoom from the United States. Thank you very much for joining us on World Now.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
All right. So first, what do you make of President Biden's executive order to tackle the migrant crisis? And it's coming just about 4 months to the elections.
Well, to be on Mr. Biden's side, he has made several attempts to change the law about the immigration. There is a pending bill in the Senate and House that has been kicked back by the Republicans. So the president has made attempts to adjust and make amendments to the law in terms of the migrants coming across the border, but that hasn't gone through. And I think it's election time. Whether we like it or not, the president has now looked at it that the executive order might be the way to go in terms of elections coming in a couple of months. So we can look at it from both sides of the.
All right. And about this, we know that some, rival Republicans and even some of the president's Democratic allies have expressed concern about this order. And the American Civil Liberties Union says it intends to file a lawsuit to stop the executive action from going into effect. Do you see that making a difference or a lot of difference?
Yes, the civil organizations would have always been against this. They filed a lawsuit when this came up during President Trump's era, and I think they won that case in court. So it's going to go to court. It's just about the timing. But I think Mr. Biden has put out the executive order, and he will be able to say, okay, I made an effort to do this. And I mean, there will be opposition from both sides. There will be some Democrats that will kick against it, that, oh, this is not what you campaign on. Republicans will still say, oh, why are you just doing this? So there's no winner or loser in this case. I guess Mr. Biden must have looked at the whole scenario and decided, okay, this is how we can go about this. Yeah.
And this order is especially to curb record migrant arrivals at the U.S.-Mexico border. How do you see this policy now impacts the U.S.-Mexico relations, especially considering that, there is a new president who has just been elected and who will be taking over in October?
Yeah, I believe the U.S. must have looked at it and looked at their relationship with Mexico. Mexico cannot say you have to accept the immigrants coming in. So I believe this must have aligned with what the new president must have been saying on the campaign, and they would have aligned these interests together and see what's going to work for both countries. But yeah, it's not going to have any adverse relationship with the new regime in Mexico. Not likely.
But generally, what do you think? What do you think Americans' thoughts are about this policy? Are they divided or are they united?
Like most issues when it comes to, like most telling issues when it comes to elections and making decisions, there's a wide variety of thoughts on this. There are people that are extremely opposed to it, and there are people that are extremely wanting it to happen. There will always be. It's extremely diverse. We have people that are supporting or opposing it for political reasons. We have people that are opposing and supporting for genuine reasons. So it's a diverse reaction as expected with anything this topical, because this has become a very telling issue with the elections compared to where we were 30, 40, 50 years ago. The immigration has become a top issue, and it looks like it's one of the major things that will determine the winner of the elections come November.
And we know that former President Donald Trump was quite heavy on this, even getting to the point of building walls, trying to just separate America from the rest of the world and telling them, hey, you can't get in here unless you've got your paper. So is this like the Democrats also towing this path?
Yes, a little bit. They're trying not to go to the extreme. They're trying to leave certain provisions for people that are coming for certain reasons that are compelling, so as not to go to the extreme like it was in President Trump. But largely looking at it, it is similar in terms of taking the restrictive action in allowing migrants to come in through the border.
All right, then I must sincerely appreciate you for talking to us. International Affairs Analyst Boya Akinyogun, thank you for your time on The World Now.